Hmm. Just give me a moment. Hi everyone, this is Ashish Kal here. Welcome to Ashish Kal Trading Gurukul. A very good evening to every one of you. And I am doing this webinar while traveling. I have to take my mom to a hospital, to a doctor, and I'm there still. So I thought, since we already invited all of you on this webinar, I didn't want to skip it. And please bear with me if I can get disconnected, but look at my enthusiasm and passion. I am not skipping this despite of what happens. The show must go on. That's the bottom line, and that is what I am doing. So just ensure that you are here with me. I might get disconnected. As I said, I'm traveling, but I'm doing this just for you all. So we are going to make it very quick, fast, and that's how we are going to do it now. So yes, Kushal, thank you very much. Chandrasekhar, really appreciate. Thanks a lot. And I just want to say that let me very quickly talk about, she is the priority. I'm definitely not sacrificing anything on that front. So don't worry on that. Absolutely. So what we are doing right now is let's have a very quick look at the Nifty chart. You can clearly see my screen. I'm assuming that, and you will be able to see the daily chart of Nifty. We can clearly see. So let me go on a weekly chart. If you look at the weekly chart, I'm going to be looking at this, and Nifty has behaved exactly what we were expecting. We draw a pattern last week. Let me share that screen also with you. This was the pattern which I showed on Nifty. The blue one has worked out beautifully well. Prices are right now at that zone. Do not try to catch a top over here, because unless we see a faster retracement below the last rising segment, the trend will not reverse. So do not try to catch a top. It is the blue markings that I have done on the chart. That's how the markets are moving. This is from last Friday's webinar. If you have attended that, I've shown clearly on that how the markets should behave, and it is behaving as per the blue markings. So right now we stand there, but I'm not going to catch a top here. I'm still riding by shorting on the put options on the downside, because that is the easiest way to ride this trend, which is not with very strong momentum. You'll agree with me, and that's how it has been going. So let me again go back to the to investing.com, and let me share across exactly what's happening. If you look at a weekly chart, from the lows which was formed around 14,200 odd levels, not a single weekly close has happened below the prior week's low. Now that's a very fantastic way to read the market and to continue to ride the trend on the upside. So not a single close. You can clearly see here that not a single trend close has happened below the prior week's low, and people who are looking for shorting opportunity, do not do that despite whatever your method say. This is one simple trend following method that I am talking about, and it has worked out beautifully well. If you go on the daily time frame chart, let's go on a daily time frame chart, and let us look at what has happened with the markets and what has happened with Nifty overall. From the low being formed here, the markets have continued to rise. There was only once when we saw a close below the prior day's low, and then the market has continued to protect the prior day's low again on a closing basis. This is Nifty I'm talking about, and it has also moved exactly at the lifetime high levels. We have closed at the highest level. So do not catch a top when the markets are on a big dose of what. So let's now look at what is the concept of two-stage faster retracement. So as I said, I'm traveling, so I might get disconnected in between, just in case, and I'm going to make it very short. The two-stage faster retracement concept, which we use on in order to identify if there is a top being formed or a low being formed. If you look at that, the low over here is the important low, which is what level? Let's just measure that level. And if you can, someone can please note this level. This low is at 16,376. So 16,376 is the important low. Now, if you count the number of candles on the upside, it took nearly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. We will know that a top is formed only when we see a faster retracement below this level, 16,376, in less than 5 days. Only then we know, as per the two-stage confirmation, that a short-term top has been formed. Also, let's apply a channel and a trend line and see where is the resistance now kicking in and what can be the possible targets on Nifty on the upside. We have received amazing targets last time and Nifty behaved that way. I'm again going to apply a channel which is something like this, connecting the lows here. And I'm going to take a parallel to this in order to see where is the resistance kicking in. So if I take a parallel to this line, the next resistance level on Nifty kicks in somewhere around in this zone. So the level on the upside to keep a watch on is now going to be 16,840 odd level. 16,840 is where the resistance is. So I am going to ride this trend on the upside for now, not by buying call options of futures, because the trend does not have a strong momentum and there is not much of a room. So 16,840 will be my target, and I'm going to ride it by looking at writing put options. So I might be looking forward to write 16,500 put options, OTM options, maybe weekly ones. That is the best way to keep riding this trend on the upside. So despite of volatility that you might see, you might be able to get things out, squeeze out of this trend. But keep a strict stop loss when you're writing options, because in case there are gap downs, you should know what to do next. It's very, very important that you should be aware of. Now let's go on a shorter term time frame now on an hourly chart and look at the same concept that we applied. If you look at the overall wave pattern, let us first look at the wave pattern that we are looking right now. Overall, this was wave A, this was wave B. We had a wave C on the upside, which this is exactly what I marked last time. We have wave D, which went from these levels, and we are right now in wave E. Okay, and this overall movement looks like a slower momentum with a wedge shaped pattern that is currently going on. However, there is still room on the upside, and this will remain valid as long as I do not see a break below this level now. Now, this was today's level. What was the low of today? If someone can tell me. On Nifty, the low of today was at 16,586. 16,586 was the low that Nifty made in today's session. And from there, we saw a bounce back happening on the upside. And so my confirmation will happen if on a Monday we see a faster retracement below this low. When I say faster retracement, this is number of candles taken again here is approximately 5 to 6 candles, which means in 1 day time, if we break this low, that will be an indication that wave E is over here. If we break this low and followed by break below this level, we will know that some meaningful top is formed, and then you can start riding the retracement on the downside. But until that happens, I'm not going to short this market. As I said, I'm going to keep riding it on the upside, expecting that 16,840 can come. The one important trend line that two-stage confirmation gives, this is a neo-wave perspective I'm talking about, is the BD trend line. Can you see this line? This is low of wave B, this is low of wave D. When you connect these two trend lines, this is called as a BD trend line. These 2 points you call a BD trend line. A break below the BD trend line is first indication, and the complete retracement below wave E, which is currently ongoing, or the end point of D, is the second confirmation that we have a top. Again, I'm repeating, I'm still bullish. I'm riding the trend for 16,800, 16,840 odd levels. I'm going to keep a watch on Bank Nifty, because Bank Nifty is still struggling, has not done anything. I conducted a webinar last Saturday, which was very well received on elliottwave and candlesticks. I'm conducting one more free webinar this Sunday, given the overwhelming response we got. And the Bank Nifty chart, which I showed on that day, was so fabulous. I'm just going to share across. the Bank Nifty chart, which I showed earlier and also on that day. So we marked that on Bank Nifty. This is Bank Nifty marked long back. I think it was 16th or 17th of August. Bank Nifty came down here, formed a low. On last Saturday, I said it should bottom out. We should see a pullback towards 61.8% of the fall. It went up here, formed a top, and now it's trying to just do sideways action. It is absolutely fabulous the way it worked out very, very well, and it was simply superb. So if you want to enjoy these kind of forecasting and want to learn the science of this forecasting, I would recommend that you join the Master of Waves program, which is happening on 4th and 5th of September, in which I'm going to give you all the tools required to forecast the market. I have forecasted market big time, including crude oil, including Nifty, Bank Nifty, and lot of those. So if you want to see my crude oil chart, let me show it to you. I have been doing that for quite some time, and it has worked out extremely well. So this is saved on the Tata Steel, but that's a crude oil chart. So that is what I have shown on a crude oil, how the price can behave, how it can move. This is wave 5 going on, and possibly crude can form a ending diagonal pattern itself. So these are like my counts on the crude oil right now, and this can form an ending diagonal pattern itself. So very important where crude oil stands right now from the wave perspective. I did these wave counts on even on stocks like Tata Steel, Tata Motors, a lot of those which which I will not be able to share right now. So if you want, you can join me for the Master of Waves program. I'm going to take a very quick poll right now. If you want, you can join me for that program, and it's going to be simply fabulous. It's going to happen on 4th and 5th of September. So here is a poll for you. Which path you can choose to become an expert trader, or a path towards financial freedom. So, you know, this is the poll. You can participate here. The Master of Waves is happening on 4th, 5th, where I'm going to talk about a clear-cut direction of using elliottwave, time cycles, and a lot of those things, Ichimoku cloud, and that's going to be like the ultimate program, which I am being conducting for many, many years now. And the link is shared across by my colleague. You can simply go and register for that. And the early bird has ended for Master of Waves program, but since you are here on this webinar, we are giving you that offer of early bird. If you want, you can be a part of that program, and you can clearly participate and learn this science. And you have to, I have been doing it for many years, and combining with this time cycle, it's simply amazing. So again, going back to Nifty that I talked about, Nifty is at crucial juncture, but I am bullish. I'm selling put options in order to ride the trend on the upside. Not much of a room left. 16,840 is my next target level. Looking at that, on the downside, 16,580, which is the low made today, is going to be important, followed by 16,400 odd levels, and break below that in less than 5 days will indicate a top is formed. Only then a top is formed. Until then, you have to keep buying this market, keep looking at opportunities, and you can also get access to our advisory calls by going through wavesstrategy.com. I'll just type in for you. We are running an Independence Day offer, and that's you can get access to the momentum calls. It's going fabulous. We have given one on datamatics. The partial profit booking is done. The stock was upper circuit hit yesterday. Before that itself, we gave a call, and that went fabulously well. So you just have to go to wavesstrategy.com, select the Independence Day offer here, that you can see it on the chart, and you will be able to possibly register under that advisory, or you can go and register for the clearly for the Master of Waves program. Again, thank you very much. I said this is going to be a short webinar since I'm traveling, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm just ending the poll quickly. And if you want to be a part of knowing what is elliottwave, how it can be combined with candlestick, you can register for the webinar on a Sunday, which is on 29th, morning 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., 2 hours. I'm going to discuss in much detail about the two-stage confirmation, which I talked very briefly today. And I hope this was useful. and you enjoyed the webinar as always. This is Ashish Kal signing off. For any details, you can contact us on 99204 22202 or visit wavesstrategy.com and register yourself for anything that works for you. Thank you.